Hi and welcome to the screencast. Today I'm going to talk about how you use the desktop environment, how you can execute commands in the command prompt, how you can write and run a script, and how you can get help on functions. In the console I can type in commands which will be evaluated immediately by Python. For example, I can type in 5 plus 7 and press enter, and Python will give me the result 12. Or I could type in 2 squared plus 3 squared, and the result is output. If I want to write more complicated code which I want to save and use later, I should do that in the editor over here. So now I can write a simple script. I create a variable called a and assign it the value 2. I create a variable called b and assign it the value 3. And finally a variable called c and assign it the value a squared plus b squared. Now I've written my script and I can save it simply by pressing the button here. And I'm going to call it myscript.py. Once I've saved my script, I can run it by pressing this button or just pressing F5. And when I do that, I can see in the console that my file is run. I can also see up here in the variable explorer that Python has created 3 variables, just as I did in my script, a, b, and c, which have the correct values. Now I've written a slightly longer script that contains 5 lines of code here. Often when you develop a program, you're interested in running a small part of the code to see what happens, and you can do that quite easily. You simply mark the code you're interested in running with the mouse or with the keyboard and press Shift Enter. That corresponds to copying the code into the console window and running it. And then you can move on and mark the next bit of code and press Shift Enter again, and that part of the code will be run. Of course, you can also mark the whole code and press Shift Enter, which corresponds to just running the whole file. If you want to get help on a function, a quick way to do that is simply to type help and then followed by the name of the function in parentheses. For example, if you want to get help on the function math.cos, you simply type help math.cos and you get a short description of how to use the function. This is good if you know the name of the function you're looking to use. If you don't know a name of a function and want to find out which function to use, a good idea is to use Google or the online Python documentation to find the function first. But typing help and the name of the function is a quick way to get an overview of how to use the function.